Hello YouTube. In this video I will be making a tier list, or I guess the tier list is already made. I'll be going over my tier list for the best characters to farm adventure with to, farm gold consistently and quickly, I guess. So I've broken the tier list down into three tiers. There aren't that many characters as, a lot of these characters are very, very easily accessible and you get for free, or like they're just so much better than the other options that there's no point really mentioning them. But yeah, essentially when you farm adventure, you just want, characters that have a lot of AoE and consistent damage that can kill the boss. And like survivability is also nice sometimes, depending on what stage you're farming. So yeah, Arbiter Vildred, very, very consistent damage. He has a revive. He resets his cooldown, very good. Tyria, very similar. She sustains herself, resets her cooldowns, kills everything. Vildred, he doesn't reset his cooldowns, but he also does a lot of damage. Flan and Freon are a little bit different. They do a ton of damage, but it's not, necessarily one-shotting each wave. I would say Flan and Freon are better at dealing with harder stages with tankier mobs. So yeah. In the next tier we have the niche section, which only has Strays and Watcher because they kind of fill a specific niche that is otherwise, not really possible, which is Warfare Strays, which can just S3 every wave, and then Watcher Shuri cleans up the boss at the end. To do this, you need really good warfare gear on Strays, and you also need a max Tachi. There are some other ways to do this without max Tachi. I was doing this before I had a max Tachi with Closer Charles to go first, but it's a lot more gear intensive because you don't have Watcher Shuri to, you know, one shot the boss at the end. You need a much better Strays, I guess. And then free to play options, if you're a newer player, maybe you don't have these characters up top or you haven't built them yet, then these will be good. I mean, Fene is just like the best PvE character in general. So, I mean, that's pretty good. She sustains, she does a ton of damage. She can probably solo almost every adventure stage. Tamarin, she's not really efficient for farming, obviously. I mean, she doesn't do any damage, but when you're starting out, you might struggle with surviving, so it's nice to have a healer. Vivian, just a free unit that does a ton of AoE as well. And then Bellona, I mean, I don't know if you like Bellona, you can use her. I just threw in Savior, Aiden, and BBK for fun, honestly. Like, I wouldn't really recommend them, but both of them do a lot of damage. Savior, Aiden, and BBK, Bloodblade Karen also have some built-in sustain, so that's nice. And they can deal with the boss on the final stage relatively easily. So yeah, I think these are all the characters that you really would need for adventure. Most of the time you can just put one of these in and then three other characters that you want to friendship farm with a friendship party on, and like, if they have some gear on, you should be able to clear pretty much any stage. Or even if they're ungeared, if you're doing an easier stage or a side story like Eulogy of a Saint, then yeah, it should be very easy. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.